Hi guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down the Warhammer TV animated film Iron Within. It is an excellent sortie into the Warhammer 40k universe, and while some of the animations are a bit stiff, the character design, voice acting, and plot are all solid. If you want to watch the original in its entirety, please subscribe to Warhammer TV, and if you're in a non-service country, use a VPN. This episode is brought to you by Mastermind Models and Miniatures and Liber Demonica. Mastermind Models and Miniatures is an excellent painting studio out of Huntsville, Alabama, who do beautiful commission work domestically and internationally, so if you have a pile of shame dragging you down, be sure to message them in the description. Liber Demonica is an Estonian-based third-party bits manufacturer who make absolutely amazing conversion pieces for Warhammer 40k that will take your miniatures to the next level. The episode begins with, "We are beset on all sides by vile aliens. Sedition gnaws at us from within. In this dark hour, the best we can do is look to our war gear and pray to our gods." Imperial Commander Skolak A. Treller IV. The Drukhari, or Dark Eldar, are a cruel race whose souls are promised to the dark goddess Slanesh, known as She Who Thirsts. All Dark Eldar who are killed will be consumed by the goddess of excess, and their only salvation is the worship of the Eldar god of war, Cain. They slaughter and torture other living beings to maintain their life essence. The Drukhari jet bikes are lithe, nimble, agile, and are as beautiful as they are deadly. The Imperial Guard, average humans beset on all sides, can only resist with a wall of las rifle and cannon fire, which sees some of them barely survive the assault. The Kabalite warriors attacking the guardsmen are the main infantry of the Drukhari, tasked with traveling into real space to taste the terror of their victims and to bring back slaves and gladiators to be tortured and slaughtered in the dungeons and coliseums of the great city of Kamara. The Drukhari assault the shocked guardsmen with splinter rifles, Eldar weaponry designed to fire crystal shards at supersonic speeds dipped in virulent poisons. This poison brings on painful and imminent death, allowing the Drukhari to savor the suffering of their targets.
Citizens are fleeing into the city. The Xenos come every night, then they fade with the daylight. But every night they get closer. Tonight they entered the city. They have no objective that we can discern besides terror and taking prisoners. Civilian prisoners.
It's all wrong. All wrong. There's no need to die. Yes, no need. They can take what they want from the streets. We can pull our forces back, give them free rein. We can offer them that. A gesture, really. No need for them to come any closer. A small price to pay. No need for them to come any closer.
Our duty is to protect this world and its citizens for the Emperor. We should pay no price these Xenos demand. None, Governor.
All is lost.
Perhaps not. There is the ancient protocol, Lord Governor, that in recognition of the tithe of our sons in days of old, we may call upon the angels of death, and they shall answer.
Myths and childish fantasies. There are no angels to save us, fool! We must flee. A ship. Yes, a ship. Are there vessels in orbit? Just one. A swift steed to bear me far away.
There are none. The merchants have long since fled and our warships are drifting wreckage by now.
Commander, Governor, we have pulled all surviving units back to the palace precincts. We are trying to get everyone we can inside the walls, but the enemy is everywhere.
What is this? What is this?
I have ordered your citizens protected by whatever means and strength we have.
Oh, no. You had no right. I am the will and majesty of the Imperium. I am the Emperor's anointed ruler. Oh, now they will come here. They will come for me. Oh, there is no way out now. I thought I'd already given them enough. I thought...
What did you do?
They said that they would make him go away. That I could be governor in his stead. That they would not take anything I would miss.
The malfunction in the far orbit law spexare. It was you. You gave your people to the Xenos.
What are the lives of a few peasants? I was born to rule this world. This is treason, Commander. You swore an oath to me.
He swore an oath to the Emperor. We both did.
He was weak, and the weak bring ruin on themselves.
What now?
The rituals of calling lie in the crypt beneath us.
There's no salvation to be found in myths. We must trust ourselves.
Commander, we just lost the Manufactorum Primus.
Call on the angels. And let us pray they come.
The Guardsman commander volunteers the fact that the Drukhari have no discernible plan besides slaughtering Imperial Guard piecemeal and only taking civilian prisoners. The Talos Pain Engine, first witnessed in the beginning of the conversation, doesn't just kill its opponents, it keeps a part of the ripped apart muscle and tissue which is collected for its creator, the homunculi. Homunculi are the mad scientists of the Dark Eldar, and they feast off the kills of their creations, turning genetic material infused with the emotions of terror, horror, and rage into new abominable creations, or into new augmentics for their own strange designs. Not just that, but they can reconstitute living creatures out of only partial genetic material, allowing them to bring their victims alive again only to be tortured and killed anew. Homunculi are never trusted, but are valued highly in Drukhari culture because by giving them only a piece of your flesh, they can bring you back from the dead, saving your soul from Slaanesh. The only catch being that you do not know if they will bring you back as you were or as a new malformed monster. Through this conversation, it's revealed that the planet has paid a tithe of its children to the Imperium, and as such, it is owed the service of the Space Marines when needed. The governor dismisses this history provided by the astropath as a myth, a fairy tale for children, which hints at how large the Imperium of Man is and how rare it is to see a Space Marine in the flesh. It has been so long since this historical event that the Imperial Governor and even the female guardsmen doubt whether or not these Angels of Death even exist. The governor reveals he's betrayed the previous governor, and it's inferred that he helped lower the defenses, allowing the Drukhari in. By defending the civilians and bringing them into the palace, the Imperial Guard have unknowingly betrayed this pact. The governor knows his life is forfeit because he has made the slaughter and enslavement of his people by the Drukhari too hard. The truth is, the Dark Eldar likely enjoyed the sport of the fight anyways. This is likely a cycle on the planet where every few hundred years the Drukhari enslave the population, install a new leader with some ignorant survivors, only to return for a new harvest. The governor is executed for his treachery, and the guard must look to what little resistance they can muster. The guard are beleaguered, and the Drukhari do not even hide their presence. The commander notes that the Dark Eldar seem to enjoy torturing the defenders as much as they like killing them. The female guardsman cares little, and remarks it's better to die than to submit. And the only thing to learn from the myths of the Angels of Death is the credo to look to the iron within. A foreboding note. The commander retorts that it would be better to win and live. The astropath reports that he has not gotten any replies from his calls, and the ritual is taking its toll physically. The commander orders him to continue regardless of the cost, and rallies the defenders, promising them the angels will come. The Drukhari close in for the kill, but the guard have a plan.
They're here. Permission to detonate the mines?
Given.
Prime all charges! Detonate!
They're in the streets to the south!
Prime second and third charges and detonate! The Emperor protects those who fight! Up! Get firing!
first tendrils of the attack are pushed back with mines, but it's clear the Dark Eldar are closing in for the kill. Dark Lances, anti-armor weapons that fire antimatter, are used to cut through the guard fortifications and armor. The speed of the Drukhari makes a mockery of the defenses before the Angels of Death arrive. The drop pod assault is the favorite insertion technique of the Space Marines in order to shock the enemy and drop precisely where needed. The Iron Warriors are the 4th Legion of the Space Marines, and turned traitor during the Horus Heresy. They despise the Dark Gods and remain staunchly atheist despite seeing the horrors of the warp. They view demons and greater entities as the manifestations of power, but they are not truly sentient, and they reject gifts from the Dark Gods like horns and mutations by chopping them off and replacing them with bionics. Iron Warriors were specialized as siege breaker troops, and this is evident in their tactics.
They came. The angels came. I knew our faith would be rewarded. The Xenos are fleeing.
Commander, these are not the saviors you wished for. Sir!
We need to fall back now while they're occupied with the Xenos. All units, retreat to the throne chambers!
The Iron Warriors' methodical takedown of the Drukhari using shock, speed, precision, strength, and the shield wall testifies to their simple, effective, and brutal martial culture. The Dark Eldar falter on a two-sided fight and are taken apart by the superhuman reflexes and strength of the Space Marines. The Marines start killing guardsmen with simple disdain, revealing they are not the saviors of the Imperial forces, but simply a new enemy. It's actually comic and tragic that a guardsman gives the sign of the Aquila, the Imperial salute, to an Iron Warrior, only to have his head taken off with a backhanded slap. The Power Maul in particular was beautiful, ripping apart the guard like they weren't even there. The Imperial forces retreat to the throne room to make their last stand.
Welcome.
Is this yours? I found it cowering here. Oh, I see it now. You hoped to use its feeble mind to call for help. There is no hope here.
Can't you hear those screams? Xenos screams. Death is coming for you, you twisted bastard.
Go and see. Whatever became of the weakling who sat in this chair?
I killed him.
Did you? Would you like to take his place? Perhaps not. Another will be found. I wonder what price one of the chattels will pay to think themselves a lord.
Cease! Fifth and seventh squads, secure the walls. First brothers, with me.
You should be proud. You are the chosen. The finest fruit of this harvest. Suffering has ripened you. Hope has fattened you. And now, the despair you feel is exquisite. Now, though, comes the harvest and the feast of pain. Defiant even now, you will be a gift to the arenas. Useless cattle. Do you even know what you have summoned? Are you so short-lived that you forget even the monsters of your own past? The Iron Warriors turned their backs on your Emperor long ago. It is the power of chaos that now flows in their veins.
Then we'll die together.
Stupid flesh puppet. You shall hang from the razor axe until I tire from your screams. Only then I will bid the homunculi to make a writhing ornament of you for my throne room. You shall never know the release of death.
The Drukhari Archon, the leader of the raid, is regal, authoritative, and playful, which captures perfectly their character. The Dark Eldar attitude against their opponents is that of a cat playing with a rat before consuming it. The creature who slaughters the Astropath is a Mandrake, a creature of shadow whom even Dark Eldar fear. Rumored to be Eldar who traded with demons before the fall of the Eldar Empire, they hunt in the shadows of Kamra, seemingly able to flit from darkness to darkness without effort. They are able to consume the energy of those they kill and turn that energy into a freezing blast that paralyzes their next victim. The Archon reveals his design to replace the old governor and begin the cycle anew, but the Iron Warriors interrupt that by bursting into the throne room. The Iron Warrior physiology, both that of an Astartes and being fueled by chaos, is resilient against the attacks of the Dark Eldar, but not invulnerable. The Archon is able to use his Shadow Field and Power Sword to cut through several Iron Warriors, but is ultimately dismissively defeated by the Lord and Terminator armor.
When I was taken from this world, its people still had iron in their blood. Long ages and the lies of the Corpse Emperor have corroded your strength. This world is mine. I will raise walls that cannot fall. It will be iron within and without once more. Weakness is a choice. Kneel.
We must protect the survivors. The people must be led.
I will not kneel. Better to die than to submit.
So, you shall have the judgment of iron.
The Iron Warrior Lord reveals that he was one of the children paid in the tithe to the Imperium, founding the Iron Warriors Legion, and that since that time, the planet has fallen into weakness and ruin. He will stay, make the world his own, and restore the strength of its people. He states almost empathetically that weakness is a choice, and he views the failings of the planet to defend itself and the suffering of the Imperial Guard as an indictment of the Imperium itself and the inhabitants of the planet. The Imperial Guard commander kneels, sealing his fate, while the guardswoman defies their command, proving that even in the face of death, for the 100th time, she has iron within. The guardswoman looks out as her subordinates fortify the world, and it's actually amazing to think about where her loyalties lie. The governor failed her commander failed her subordinates failed her, and the Imperium has failed her. She may have been a loyal servant of the Emperor of Mankind, but if the Emperor of Mankind creates such weak and corrupt institutions, should she instead serve lords who have iron within? Now, I'll admit, the first time I watched this, I was kind of disappointed by the stiffness of the animations. Astartes is obviously the bar through which all Games Workshop products are going to be judged, but with each rewatch, I find something new to love. The lore in it is fun and contemplative, the models are beautiful, and seeing the Drukhari and the Iron Warriors true to their lore and aesthetic was beautiful. And the final moral conundrum of the female guardswoman at the end was actually a very well-built plot point. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you like my breakdown, like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to ring the bell so you catch all of the fresh content. Join the Patreon and the Discord if you're so inclined, and check out the other playlists, especially the underloved lore videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Special thanks to our new patron, Blue, and to our YouTube members, Sir Liamson, John C., Fezzles, Mitchell Johnson, CJH5239, Vokes, Female Escort IRL, Grandmaster Alfarius, Goofy, Leo Whitmer, Froggy Style, Adrian, Azriel, Cole G, Nihilist Anonymous, Christian Valeris, Name, Sir Fortesque, M. Penner, Weekend Jail, Exart Logan, and Jamalu.